Now your TV5 First Alert forecast, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
A quiet weather day overall around mid-Michigan for our Tuesday, but things expected to take a more active turn very soon. It's just not going to be tonight. A live look at US 10 shows what's left of the evening commute having no trouble at all. The flag's barely blowing in the wind. That's one nice change for tonight, as our winds are much lighter, so our wind chills not quite as extreme as they were yesterday. Still occasionally dropping into the 20s, but not quite the teens and low 20s that we saw on our Monday evening. As for your radar, this is all dry too, and we expect it to stay that way for any after-school activities or errands to run tonight. It's not until we get closer to the morning commute tomorrow that we start to see that snow move back in. With that snow, we do have a first alert weather day in place for tomorrow, not because this is going to be some extreme snowstorm, but it does have the potential to lead to some slippery conditions at times tomorrow, especially during the afternoon and the evening commute. And it's also more snow than what we've dealt with lately, so always good to bring it back to the forefront here as we start to see that move back in. I think the advisory area around 3 to 6 inches of snow. That is where we expect the heaviest accumulations in our area. And then also getting lighter to the north and west where we don't have any advisories at all. One thing I will tell you, though, if you do not have an advisory, that doesn't mean you're not getting snow tomorrow, and that doesn't mean you won't have the chance for some slippery roads. You're just not quite getting as much snow as the advisory area, and you're probably coming up short of that criteria that usually requires an advisory to be issued. As for your sky tracker, we've got that storm system still to the southwest of us, moving through portions of Arkansas and Missouri tonight, now starting to bleed into southwestern Illinois. That will pick up the pace so it can arrive tomorrow morning. And as that snow falls across the area tomorrow, it will have temperatures that are a little bit more supportive of snow actually sticking to the ground. Our last snowfalls recently were falling into air that was mid-30s to upper 30s and already a warm ground, so that really wasn't sticking all that much. But now that we've cooled the ground at least slightly and also have cooler air temperatures to go along with that, and also there's just the persistence of snow tomorrow, I think we have a better chance to see that accumulate. As for your hour-by-hour forecast, we start to see the snow move in tomorrow morning, again around 6 or 7 o'clock in our southern zones, starting to spread northward as we go through the day on Wednesday, becoming widespread by lunchtime, and that will stay that way right through the early afternoon and also the early evening before eventually tapering off as the night goes along. Still think we're seeing scattered snow showers by 8, but also much lighter and also more sporadic than what we see during the afternoon. The last of them will start to move out as we get into Thursday morning. Your snowfall map does show that it hasn't changed all that much from yesterday's thinking. Still the lightest amounts to the north and west, the heaviest amounts off to the south and east. A pretty standard snowfall for late January, around 3 to 6 inches of snow in that advisory area, 2 to 4 around the Tri-Cities in areas like Mount Pleasant and Alma, and then also near the shoreline of our Lake Huron communities north of the Saginaw Bay, the eastern half of Iosco, Alcona, and also Aranac County. There is a small chance that some of our eastern zones could get a little assistance from Lake Huron if conditions are right. Some lake-enhanced snow is possible. If that's the case, there is a minor chance that some of those areas could see some isolated totals of 6 inches or more. We expect that to be more of the exception rather than a widespread thing. So the eastern thumb is where we expect the best chance of that happening. Your 7-day forecast shows next week we've got 20s expected by Sunday. That will continue Monday and Tuesday. A few more chances for snowfall as we go through this week.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.